Hi, and welcome to Story Mode 1-10 Curve Bridge First Cycle Tutorial. If you're implementing this strat, you probably want to save a nice 10 seconds off your World 1, and you're more confident in your movement, which is great. Now I'll go through the whole stage and then explain everything in detail after the fact. Basically, you're going to want to have nice clean movement across this bridge to save the frames you need to get the first cycle. Then, something really cheeky happens here. You're going to want to bounce off of that turn. Bouncing off of that turn just turns the monkey around a lot faster, which loses a lot of downtime, which is, in my opinion, integral for getting this first cycle. The rest of it is just clean movement, and you'll probably barely make the cycle, get a nice 29 or 30 if you do it optimally, and you're good to go. 10 seconds saved. Now, a lot happened at once, so let me just go into it again and break down the different steps. So you want to start off with a right frame boost, then left wall, right wall. This nicely sets you up to go on the first path. Every single turn, you want to hold your diagonals to turn. That's the key to making a nice tight turn. No cardinals. Down right to upright. Down left to upright. Now, this is where that exciting part happened, where I threw myself off the edge and somehow lived. This is the Curve Bridge clip, the one clip you should be going for in Curve Bridge. The rest are a lot wider and more awkward to clip off of. This one, as long as you hit it at a nice, like, perpendicular angle to the second part of the bridge as it turns around, about 180, you should be able to bounce and turn yourself around pretty automatically, as long as you don't go so deep you die and so shallow that you get no clip whatsoever. It'll look a little bit like this. Pay close attention. Slow down. Bounce. The less you slow down, the less you hesitate going into the clip, the more time it'll save. But just by getting that clip, you should be good to go on getting the first cycle, as long as the rest of your movement was clean. Now, some common mistakes that I see when doing this particular Curve Bridge first cycle route is, number one, mistaking going for that clip as going for every clip. Well, I'll go off of every rail. It'll be faster, because the more rails I clip off of, the easier it'll be to get first cycle. Yeah, but the other clips are really wide and awkward to clip off of, or grind, I guess it'd be called, so don't do that. Just one will do. Remember, you're trying to save 10, you save 10 instant seconds just by getting the first cycle. Everything else is just frames. So do the trick that gets you the first cycle and move on. Once you get more confident with your movement, you can try to go crazy and optimize it, but that's up to your discretion. Then, of course, this clip. Go too deep on it, you'll die. Go too shallow, you'll get no clip, and it won't save you time. It'll probably lose you time because it's a very awkward route. Don't do it. From now on, for the rest of this video, I'll show 2 more attempts at the strat, show you a little bit how it might go, what might go wrong, and you can just learn from these various examples, which will be different, just because that's how Monkey Ball is. No attempt is exactly the same. Okay, so I got a really bad clip there. It was very shallow and didn't really help turn me around. So I'd go for a little extra grind there, and extra grind there, and I should be still making the first cycle. Yep. So if you don't get a nice clip, and you really desperately want first cycle, you can grind off of the turns that come after it. They're not terrible, but they're a lot worse than the first clip. So don't go for them if you got a nice first clip. If the first clip turned you around nicely, you're going to get the first cycle, so just relax. And just keep turning those corners tight. Don't forget your diagonals. These are great examples of, like, wacky ways that the strat can go. Okay, that was kind of bad too. Yeah, that was bad. Sometimes doing Curve Bridge first cycle is just about knowing when to not go for Curve Bridge first cycle. If you think your movement was shoddy, you made a lot of mistakes, and you're not going to make first cycle, don't try it. If you barely don't make it, you might die. So, just know when to take second cycle. It loses 10 seconds, but that's better than dying and resetting, right? Anyway, that'll be all for Curve Bridge first cycle. Hope this helped. This stage is a little bit crazy, takes a lot of practice. Good luck with learning it.